Attention gamers. I once read that you can learn everything you could ever need to know about a League of Legends player simply by the way they clear a jungle camp. You know, small stuff like if they think things through before they act. Do they accomplish tasks efficiently? How is their mechanical skill level? Do they waste extraordinarily large amounts of time performing tasks that are not optimal for an underleveled mage who has reset the camp twice, missing half her damn abilities, willing to sacrifice 40 seconds of her time and a third of both her health and mana for like 95 gold when 3 waves of minions worth 5 times that have now died mid? And so after watching this intense excursion, I think I can confidently say, this player has Zoe Syndrome, symptoms of which include, expecting a wall to Viagra your sleeping pills further than it does, only to waste important CC on an abandoned chicken coop. Getting behind and being less useful than a wet fart in a paper bag during teamfights as you whiff one of your 2 abilities and then skip around aimlessly until another one is back up for you to then donate that 1-2 before saying screw it and donating yourself as well to the Make a Fed Enemy Foundation. Then there's the classic getting irritated with people who wake up your drug buddies because you wanted to get to do it, as well as sporadic spasms of ineptitude that make you think that a toddler is indeed playing this toddler. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Ahem, you dumb long-haired loser lolly, I said let's get into it.
Now as we get this shit mud-pied bus moving, I'd like to remind you that there's only a few days left to enter our giveaway where 5 people will win a gaming PC. All entries are free, no pay to win BS. You just have to take a survey on mental health awareness to hopefully negate the effect of watching this nappy titless toddler, as her first order of business is to accommodate Troll Kingdom Barry Bonds by shoving a sleeper dart up a shitter, only to follow up by taking her Q brownie out of the accuracy oven before it's baked as she sits in a crystal cage watching Blueberry do the chompy stompy all over that star slut. Then she loots the Lux corpse for a flash and uses said flash to crush a combo that simultaneously puts her in a bit of a predicament, but the showdown between her next flash and Kane's decision to decline a free kill leaves thousands in their seats at the Who's a Bigger Dumbshit contest fully satisfied as you see her trank that barking skank before patiently repositioning herself so that her next Q can be an absolutely undeniable banger, as we conclude what will be the best outcome of any fight for this young lady during the rest of the game. Meanwhile, I was bot getting freaky on Foam Finger Ellen DeGeneres testing out this tech where you take exhaust and phase rush with the goal of announcing your celibacy to all enemy champions in the form of a fat kite. As you see, my support's gameplay left much to be desired, but I still rocked the rat and then refused the Reaper's offer to invade my anus with ease and the help of a 5-minute cooldown, and let the record show that my investigation on this kiting tech ended the second Zoe gave him the pin to her personal ATM. As this preview shows, when enough money gets withdrawn by a blue cane, there is no kiting in the question anymore. So back to mid as we see this skipping simp position deep like she wants to get latte'd just in time for a visitor that she promptly roofies before dodging a skill shot, not by dodging a skill shot but by running back toward danger, which complicates the logistics of her remaining escape as her perky little pancakes get patty caked until her back to base virginity gets busted. Then bot I see Team Purple Tom and Jerry stealth into the shrubs expecting to hear a surprise I was hiding voice line with some cringy girl shit about zoomies, but I guess they had a dispute because it was just a tabbed out tabby when we checked, so I obliged to this cluster suck off shenanigans in the shrubs, bluntly ignoring the fact that the entire house of Gryffindor babies are attacking me. Eyes on the prize of finger fizzling that stupid stealth rat till he coughs up some cash. Then back to this big-headed baby who will go to great lengths to line up a queef cannon even if it still gets body blocked, landing her trapped and getting DP lasered by a pair of both stone and stellar tits. #questionable frog emote, which is big smoke to be blowing on the rift where grudges are held, but then again she's got 24/7 surveillance on this little shitter where anyone with a functional cerebrum would probably say hey that must be warded, but oh no, not our young girl scout, as she walks right back through the big brother bugged bushes and unsurprisingly gets star slapped. Now it should be of no surprise after seeing the way the last Bonanza down bot ended that Tom and Jerry are feuding, so the little feline AFK kitty is now latched onto a more luscious set of tatas, and unfortunately for Lolican 2077 here, that means declining to dodge will result in a large quantity of sparkles shoved up her shithole, and missing a sleeping pill or burning a flash will not be accepted as payment to escape such a fate. So we are like 3/16 through this miserable slideshow of unnecessary deaths as she fails to understand that being such a public DJ Casper fan makes it too easy to guess that you always want to do 2 hops this time, meaning baby Rapunzel is gonna be tied up and cosmic light banged into oblivion. And if there was a fetish for going to dangerous lengths just to miss a cue, even if it means getting cookie cuttered broiled like a bagel bite bitch slapped and then named the shameful recipient of 3 dramatic autos from a Lux who has gotten so much free bucks from your giving of 0 fucks. That said, considering the cringe queefing kitten has abandoned our lane and my thresh is just happy-go-lucky wondering like a dumbass why it feels so easy, I decide to be the one to roam up, only for me to discover that Kane is now blue from head to toe excluding his own testicles, which is another way of saying this so was a hoe when it came to feeding him dough, but luckily me drum setting my keyboard in a random sequence of events was enough for me to get that bounty as he went to his foundy. So then a few weeks later, when our thresh decides that laning by himself bot doesn't seem to be what he was put on this rift to do, he joins us as Mr. Creepy Reepy laughs at his presence, knowing that he can just come in and miss his entire opener worse than an Amy Schumer stand-up gig, because his backup plan entitled "Inspect This Idiot's Anus from the Insides" will never fail. Meanwhile, I try to use this chaos to do some romantic Romeo grand gesture with the Juliet whom I jerk it to, and you could say she totally lit up when she saw me, so after I gave her a ring I reminded her of what it felt like to be in my presence, and I don't like to kiss and tell but she got fucked that night. That said, this chipper Chad killer is straight back at it again, making sure there is no void of pure stupidity in this video while simultaneously giving their Kane a free hunted in between each of his jungle camps as some incentive to make my life a living hell later on. But luckily their team had a 9x report this shitter mentality player too, who was seemingly trolling, so I sent him the fattest banana I could find, hoping the potassium levels would be lethal, but they weren't, which meant I was going to have to get off my ass and walk all the way down to the bottom of the map, stressing out if I was going to make it in time, burning all my damn abilities just to murder this absolutely scum-sucking moron so that I can keep pace with Kane, who both travels the rift at an accelerated, some would even say busted broken bullshit rate, and has a contract in writing that says aside from being advised to take a nap from time to time, he will never be met with any adversity or obstacle when repetitively draining the piggy bank from this brainless Barbie doll. So then when I hear that feeding troll piece of scum number 1 will be getting ganked by feeding troll piece of scum number 2, I grab my popcorn knowing that there will be no competition for the role of he who wakes up this sleeper sewer rat with startling news that he's dying. Now, because this is an edited video and I'm just as insecure about my rift failures as I am my below average sized southern skin snake, you didn't get to see us fail to take down Kane like 40 times, so last resort here, surprise you, a dead bitch is always a flawless plan, but apparently Red Buff doesn't understand the concept of personal space, so it takes longer than it should have and we get caught imprisoned and death penaltied by she who too got handouts from this capital inting idiot who has crafted a situation where she is so weak that landing a full combo is still not enough to win a fight against a rat who is evidently trying to get banned from this game so his life can get better. Then continuing on with this single player POV fail compilation, and another side effect of this syndrome is never declining a wall enema ambient opportunity, even if you could never follow up, as it reveals your location to a guy who has a conscience that is on par with Harvey Weinstein's when it comes to leaving little girls alone. And thus when teamfights do break out, it should be of no surprise that our favorite hair-dyed haunch of suck ass is about as useful as an inflatable dartboard, as I can't pinpoint if it's her lack of accuracy or her fickle pickle pacing back and forth that has less impact, while the only contribution she is making to these encounters is pulling out her checkbook and awarding some ungrateful shitter a few hundred gold. That said, a few minutes later I see all the boys hanging around my banging internet GF, and they may be my teammates but no one gives my girl the D, and I make sure that fact is known, which allows us to slay that giant wailing dildo in river, to which I'm elated yet tabbed out looking up the how to carry a 14 death Zoe guide when Dickwad McGee Mr. Fed and a head rains on my parade. RIP my flash in the process, dumbass Rav, but 3 should be able to kill a sleeping 1, right? No, sleeping 1 became 3 and stupid Zoe remained stupid Zoe. So one more time I catch Lux trying to lend her out her coochie, and I'm thinking I would have just dated Lana Rhodes when she asked if I wanted to worry about this stuff, which long story short had me so mad I could have killed the rat that gave her the idea to start an OnlyFans. And while my content, I understand, is aimed at using commentary to collaborate kill less virgin gameplay, I felt that a further inspection of Zoe's entire contribution in this next one deserved nothing more than straight silence from me. And yeah, anyways, I have one more run-in with the blue bitch who, thanks to the TikTok chick who just looks like she says words like Starbs, doesn't need to land his abilities to outplay me, as the stone statue becomes the only real homie in this video as I buy my GA just in time to see that tryhard troll Kingdom Barry Bonds has backdoored us the fat victory. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, slap the like button and tell your mom's book club about me. Rav out.
They ask how I rap like I'm the baby. Your girl in my DMs and she going crazy. She asked to come over, I'm telling her maybe. I'm busy, I'm chasing the check.